Hi, my name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Do you want to see a macro view of the markets? Do you want to look at the NASDAQ, the S&P, Bitcoin, gold, Bitcoin dominance, see how much money's in Bitcoin compared to the other coins? Do you want to know what all this information is and how to put it together? Let's look at the DXY, the dollar. Let's look at Tether dominance. Let's dive in. Let me show you the macro assets you want to look at to show you the big picture of what's happening in the markets today. So here we are for Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look at the weekly chart for Bitcoin. That's the first thing you really want to be paying attention to is the macro. That's why we do this every single Friday. We look at the macro. That tells me that this bull flag has broken out because it's where the candle bodies close. And you can see it's clearly above these candle bodies. We're also above that 104,463 area. As long as we stay above that, I remain bullish. This means Bitcoin can get somewhere to $142,000. Pretty awesome. You can also see that it's in a bit of a rising wedge here. And a cup and handle. So there's two things, right? Here's your cup for Bitcoin. Blast out that cup. There's your handle. That has a significant measured move. And then also the rising wedge has an even bigger measured move. We go all the way from this wick right to that wick. We pull it off, see where it pumps. I mean, that's about $169,000, possibly even $170,000 Bitcoin, right? If you start to get pushing up like that. So that's bullish for me. And then as I showed you, like if you look at the macro, Bitcoin is showing signs of being in this giant parabola, you know? So that looks very, very, very bullish to me on the bigger time frames. And it tells me that Bitcoin could be doing some serious damage and going further to the upside. So it looks very amazing. Also, the 3-day chart is another chart I really want you to pay attention to. And I'm watching it, which looks to me like it's in this bull pennant. I thought maybe there's a chance it comes back down to the bottom of the channel once, like it gets rejected here, but it's looking pretty bullish. Somewhat almost like a W too inside of that pennant, right? You see this? And I could see this thing just start to break out massively now. If we get Bitcoin to close above 110,250, I mean, it's right. And look how close it is to the all-time high. The highest 3-day candle ever was right there at about 109. We're like only $1,800 away. So Bitcoin's very, very close to making the biggest weekly candle in history. See, those are the two highest weekly candles. We're only the highest weekly candle. If we look at it, the high was 111,999, right? But the candle closed at 109. Yeah, so it's 109,000. We're $1,800 away from the biggest weekly candle close in history for Bitcoin. So I'm bullish. You know, we might get a pullback in 6 days back to the bottom here, 105,000. I don't see us really go. Maybe on a wick we can go lower, but I don't see 3-day candles closing below 105, and it looks like we can make a beautiful flag here and pump. And I've been tracking this flag for a while now and keeping you guys privy to it on the macro every week. This is that 3-day flag that can go to $144,000. So I am more bullish than bearish on Bitcoin, but if the 4-hour does lose the 200, I would have to slowly change my tune and see where that could lead to. So far, so good for BTC. Let's take a look at total, the entire market cap of all of cryptocurrencies, and see what's happening to the total market cap. Total in the same scenario as Bitcoin, I see the cup with the handle, right? And I see it getting ready for a big move. And I see this flag touching the 21, right, on the 3-day chart. We take a look at the weekly, same thing. It looks pretty nice on the weekly. It's in a bull flag on the weekly, right? It's touching the 21-day moving average. It has a beautiful uptrend that it's in right now, you know? Does it consolidate tighter in here and come back down to the channel? That's the one thing. To me, it looks more like it's doing something like this. Getting ready to break out very, very shortly. Shoulder, head, kind of right shoulder there. I am bullish right now. I wouldn't be surprised we come over next week. And yes, we've had a substantial weekly move. And we're somewhere up in here by the time we show up next week. So I'm predicting some type of bullish movement here in the market for the time we come back next Friday. It's looking very, very interesting. Looks like this 1 week of June into July could create a catalyst of some type that we haven't seen before. The altcoins are struggling. They didn't look as good as the total market cap because, of course, Bitcoin dominance is high and Bitcoin's taking a lot of the attention here. But previous resistance is a support right there. If I lower that, right there, 788 or is that $778 billion. And then we hold this trend line up and this down, and you can say, okay, not the best, but can you get the breakout? And what we're looking for this is to be that falling wedge yet again. Altcoins, I guess, this time would have to follow Bitcoin somewhat out this pump to the upside. They could be a little late and behind, but that is a cup and handle. And you could see us get at least to the top of the range, somewhere right up to about $1 trillion. We'll definitely probably have some resistance there. But that's bullish to me on the altcoins. Again, it will depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin loses that 4-hour 200 MA, then it's going to be, And right now, Bitcoin's above the 200. We need to see the altcoins make this shoulder, head, right shoulder. So you're looking, if you want to see the 4-hour, which should play out in a couple days, this should break out back to the upside, and then that should create the catalyst that keeps us bullish on that 3-day and that weekly back out of this flag to the upside. So total 3 is not as strong, but it definitely should follow if we get such a nice move for Bitcoin. Now we want to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. We want to see how much money is flowing into Bitcoin compared to the rest of the market. And it looks like Bitcoin dominance is about to go on a massive tear and just go parabolically up to the upside. So, and that would make sense. If Bitcoin's about to go on a big move to 120, 140K, Bitcoin dominance is going to steal the show again. And again, it tells you to watch your altcoins. It's not altcoin season. It's Bitcoin season. Now, if we started to get a slip and this started to drop down, as long as Tether dominance didn't pump with it, we'd have some altcoin season. So we'll watch this closely, and there's a chance. But right now, it's a lot more likely Bitcoin's going to rip, and we're going to get more of what we've been seeing where Bitcoin steals the show. Some altcoins pump. Don't get me wrong. Solana will pump. SEI will pump. The bigger coins will pump. And there still will be some kind of frenzied rallies around certain altcoins just because that's how it's been going. But it's not going to be quote-unquote alt season just yet. But this looks bullish to me on the 3-day. It looks like we could get a loop and go sideways. The moving averages are still tight, which is telling me there's still movement to the upside too as well. When they get far apart, that's when you want to be stressed like this. When the 200 and the 21 are like this far apart, that's when you know. But when they're tight and moving like they are right now, like that looks really, really good to me. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin dominance does continue to rip. That brings us to Tether dominance, right? Why? It's how much money is flowing in and out of Tether. We want to see Tether make this right shoulder and just collapse. So far, so good. It's in a symmetrical triangle, bearish, right shoulder, bearish. And yeah, we want to see this just basically do its thing and collapse down. This would mean everyone would jump out of altcoins into Bitcoin, and this would be another awesome rally here for the markets. This would put Bitcoin to 120, some 125K, maybe even 140, and that's what we're looking for. So the Tether dominance, adding to what we want to see, the probabilities look great, a head and shoulder on the daily to the downside. I slip into the DXY now. We slide over to the DXY because it kind of couples Tether dominance in a way, right? And you can kind of see something here, right? Right off the bat, I get these vibes of, kind of shoulders, head, right shoulder. And then also right here, I get a bit of a shoulder, head, right shoulder. And then we called out this bear flag the last time we were here on the macro, if you were here, and we said the DXY looks like it's going to collapse, or the last time I did this, and even here I had the right shoulder, right, when we went over this. Would have been, let's just see, we're on the 1-day chart. So yeah, it would have been Friday the 13th, right? Oh, no, so sorry, Friday the 20th when we last did this. And I did see the bear flag, and it said it likely should break to the downside. It's exactly what happened here, and now it's even, a little bit even more bearish, like it's kind of shoulder, head, right shouldery, and it lost this trend line. So it looks like we may be in for some more downside here for the DXY, which, the DXY continuing to lose value is only going to raise real estate. Stock market's going to go up. Anything that's based in the dollar is going to go up in value when the dollar loses value. I see a bearish retest and a continuation of the downside here. When the dollar loses 100, it's a significant area, and this time looks like it's going to lose it for good. I could be wrong, but there looks like a lot of devaluing of the dollar here, and it looks like it may go further and further to the downside here. And again, I'm not trying to, I just got to give you what the charts are telling me. It looks like this is going to break down further to the downside on the DXY. So there you have it. Let's take a look now at gold. Gold's played a key role recently, and it was in a big flag that looked like it could break out. When the war was getting crazy, it looked bullish. I'm still bullish overall on gold because the dollar's losing value. And if the dollar loses value, you think gold would too. The only thing is people are selling gold for Bitcoin. They're realizing that it's probably, you can have a little bit just in case, but I'd much rather have more Bitcoin than gold in my portfolio at this point. I think Bitcoin's just a better hedge, easier to move, faster to, better to, you can access the value quicker and more streamable fashion, right, than with gold. But I'm not saying gold's out the water yet here for a dip. It looks like you're going to get a movement here and consolidate. And you're going to get some time to accumulate gold from the 7th of July all the way to about the end of July, possibly, before gold goes on a massive run. Looks like they're going to rate cut, right? When they cut the rates in September, that's going to create a massive frenzy. And even like our website, the CME Watch Tool, is showing us that we should get a rate cut at that time period, right? So gold at 3277, looking like it will get a bounce and stay inside this flag, likely, in my opinion, and continue to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing here for gold. Now I'm going to take a look at the S&P futures. I've been super bullish on them, maybe a little over bullish, but I've been calling out a blow-off top move to the upside. Last time we were here on June 20th, I was saying, hey, I could see this thing moon to 640, and it's already halfway there. My call played out beautifully. You can see the daily mooning. I see this thing continuing to go to look like a blow-off top here. And I believe the S&P at an all-time high today at $6,200, right? Unbelievable. So my call for that booming to the upside as well. The NASDAQ E-mini futures also looking like it's going to break up. I put this out here with the stop loss there. This thing is playing out exactly as it should. I even put out like a 30-second one. And even the 1 hour right now looks like it's going to continue parabolic. As the dollar drops in value, the stocks have to go up in value, right? It's just kind of how it works. That's the way of things. And this will continue. The NQ to 23,383. Very interesting times to be alive here. And we made the call on that daily time frame, to get out of that smaller time frame. But we made the call here. You can see it written in stone, and we're ready to rock there. And you can see June 20th right there. Just a week ago, we were right here, and it looked like we were going to make a substantial move to the upside. So far, we're starting to do that. One last thing I want to look at is ETHBTC as well. It shows the health of the altcoins against Bitcoin, seeing if ETH can beat up on Bitcoin. For a while, we had that huge spike. We had a tiny little altcoin season. It seemed exciting. Now what? Well, it'd be cool if we got a bounce here. And it looks like it's going to take its time and consolidate. But this looks like maybe altcoins will just get funneled slowly. As Bitcoin dominance drops and the dollar drops, why would you want to be in the dollar? It almost makes altcoins more appealing because it's just like, what else can you get into that's a risk asset that could produce more gains, right? Bit of a shoulder, head, right shoulder there, even though it's slanted and hard to see. And that can be considered a bit of a falling wedge that can break out. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a bounce here back up to about 0.25. That looks very interesting for ETHBTC. So we may have bottomed here for ETH Bitcoin and start to kind of level out with the altcoins in some way, shape, or form for ETHBTC. And that is our macro analysis for Bitcoin, for the total market cap of all the altcoins, for total 3, for Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. We got to look at Tether dominance. I knew I missed something. Oh, no, we got Tether dominance. We got it all. Yeah, no, we got it all. Then we got the DXY. Then we got the S&P futures, the NASDAQ. We got gold. We got ETHBTC. We nailed it. Shout out to everybody here. Looks like we're going to have an awesome week ahead for trading as we go into July 4th, and it's going to be a hot, hot summer. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notification. You can find out when I post my next video. I go live every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I also do an impromptu live stream Saturday and Sunday mornings just to kind of show you what you would get if you were in my Discord, the type of updates you get constantly going over Bitcoin every single day, 7 days a week. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here with me. Hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful time on this in your life. And please subscribe to the channel and come back. I can't wait to see you on my next video. God bless. Have a great day.